Daniel.
James, what's going on, man?
Silverstone, 75th anniversary, Curdy.
Curtis is on the mic this week as well.
Yeah,
I am.
we put the mic in for him. Sorry, bro.
Oh, man, what a week, huh?
Like, people want to hear the big fella's reaction of the Liverys. We've got the reaction of the Liverys.
We do.
You know, and I don't know if I'm convinced if he's changed his tune. I don't know what's going on with him, but you have to sit and wait, and we'll hear it.
We will. Also, we got a special guest this week, KP. Welcome, KP. Hey, boys.
He's one of the big dogs of Benzina Stables.
Yeah, you could almost argue that he's Mr. Benzina.
Yeah, I think he is.
You know what I mean? It's a tough battle between him and Luke. But there's nowhere to be found, though. But thanks for dropping in, KP. It's been nice seeing you.
Yeah. FC KP. What's been going on, mate?
Not much, man. Just glad MotoGP's back, you know?
How good was it?
Loved it.
It was a good weekend. One thing that was surprising for me, though, was the crowds.
Nowhere.
And I think it must be because of the Olympics. We had heaps of messages on that as well.
Yeah, I did see that. It's a good shout.
Because it's only in France.
But let's be honest. Are the Olympics really better than MotoGP?
Well, I don't think the MotoGP has weird trannies pretending to do the Last Supper and all that bullshit.
No, you're looking at it wrong, mate. Brazilian and fucking beach volleyball, mate. That's where it's at.
You know what, Curdy? I've seen you like a few Instagram reels of Brazilian beach volleyball.
The man's a fiend. He's sending them all to me as well. He's like, Dan, how good's this? I'm like, whoa, Curtis.
Why don't you send me anything?
You got to set me up, fuck you.
That's so good.
It's fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's a good point, though. Like, it makes sense. But sure, no, it can't be that much. It can't take away that much people from GP 75th anniversary.
Maybe
Special liveries. You're back from summer break.
I know the special liveries in the 75th anniversary's got to be.
Come on.
Maybe Silverstone F1 was there not that long ago. Maybe it's too soon of a turnaround as well with the Olympics.
Well, that's why they're moving it to. Oh no, but
They're moving it to
March.
March. Oh,
May.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, May.
Which is interesting. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully for better weather as well. But the weather was pretty good.
It did hold out
for the first time ever. I think
know.
in the British Grand Prix.
It spat a little bit though on warm-up lap for both Moto3, MotoGP.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, before we kick off any further,
Some formalities.
we're just going to do some formalities. So thank you again to MJ Trading Cards. Mitch has grown it into Australia's biggest and best sports card breakers. We have an offer to all the listeners today. Use code MSR15 for 15% off your first order. The website is mjtradingcards.com.au. MJ Trading Cards does on average 10 to 15 breaks a day, Daniel Curdy. Breaking the latest NBA, NFL, and more. I know they're doing some F1 stuff as well. It's cool. So jump on board. It's really, really cool guys. Suss them out on Instagram. I think we reshare some of their stuff as well. But yeah, cool guys, that's for sure.
Yeah, they get around them, they get around us, and they love it. So
yeah, we love it. And
we
something
love them.
different. It's
It is
cool.
what, working in partnerships.
Yeah, that's right.
Good bunch of guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've actually been getting a lot of other card breaks since following them and doing a bit with them. And people go absolutely bonkers for it, man.
Man, it's crazy. I was watching this one guy, and that's like, he started doing it through COVID, buying and selling baseball cards. As you know, in baseball,
That's
it's like
different level.
It's crazy. And then he's had to quit his full-time job, and that's all he does, and just makes a bank on it. Like, it's crazy.
Dream. It's a dream.
It's crazy. And listeners as well, we have our next special ep Patreon that will be getting filmed later on this month. So at the end of this month, watch out. We will have our next special episode, and
Not to be missed.
it's not to be missed. And it looks like we're going off a bit of a theme every time, but we've got a theme, and it's what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop MotoGP, I guess you could say, in a certain brand, and we want to bring them back. And I guess that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
But we're bringing them back.
100%. We're bringing them back in a massive, massive way.
We're going to work out a way. We're going to work out a plan, a 10-point plan on how we're going to bring this brand back.
And we're going to be the faces of it.
We're going to be the faces.
Hey, you never know. We might be on their bike.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Jeez, you never know. So watch out for that. It's gonna be a cracker.
We're just really bridging the gap from motorcycle racing in the real world, aren't we? We're just bringing it together.
That's what we're here to do.
Mate.
And we just want to see everyone succeed. And we have the answers, and those
We do.
The answers is on a couch, a 3-hour podcast, and probably 12 beers.
Minimum.
Gertie, your mic's not working.
He's putting up the wrong mic.
What are you saying, Gertie?
what?
You're on mic 4.
Can you hear me?
No.
All right. There we go.
He's pressing the mute button. And he's our tech guy.
Come on, you're our producer. What are you doing?
No, mate. Got to miss a button here and there. This is all strictly platonic. We'll leave it at that.
Dan, what's our results?
Oh, where do we start, man? Where do we start? What a bloody weekend of racing.
Good to be back. Jeez.
Before we get into results, can I just talk about, and I don't think it's been talked about enough, and of course he came out and said it too after the sprint race. Alicia Spargro's lap.
The qualifying lap?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was rapid, man.
I had him in my top 5 for a reason.
That
'Cause
was a very smart play by you.
I almost picked all 5. Who dropped out right at the end? Who got 5th? It was Digia. He must have pipped Alicia Spargo.
He did.
And that was my only one wrong. But yeah, cold
Did you
condition.
have Enea in there?
Yeah, I had Bastianini in my top 3. I had him 3rd, and he won.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, because for now, we'll talk about it more, but GP24s, I think, is just a bridge above everyone else. So I'm always going to put Martin, Enea, and Bagnaia in it. But yes, Alicia Spargo, crack a lap. Deserved pole because of that livery at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
But, the commentator said it as well. Like, the guy's still got, like, hunger in him. He's still not just resting on his laurels, I guess. Like, he's
He's not doing a parade lap, that's for sure. He's still
that's
throwing
good.
everything at it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good to see him up there.
I'm going to miss Alicia Spargo. Like, for some reason, like, I'm like his number 1 ticket holder now. I'm wanting to do so well for I think I don't know what it is. I just like him. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, right. There's no reason to hate him, I guess.
No, there's no reason to hate him. There's definitely no reason to hate him at all.
Like, he's a bit of a hothead and,
not
broke
the
his
worst
finger
thing.
slapping an AGV, but, that's all right. A bit weak.
Morbidelli deserves it these days anyway. Dude's nowhere. And he took out, who did he take out? Took out
Bez.
someone. Yeah. Oh, Bez takes himself out anyway.
Straight up, yeah, it was going to happen anyway, so it was really damned if you do, damned if you don't.
That's right. That's right. But it was a cracker lap.
It was unbelievable, man, and it was funny to see them in the van
Yeah.
on the way to the sprint podium or after it, on the way, and he's like, they're talking about the race and this and that. He's like, why is no one talking about my lap?
That's a good line.
It was really, really good. So, but yeah, sprint race results. Is this the race or sprint? Sprint. Here we go. Top 10. Enea Bastianini, Jorge Martin, Alicia Spargo, Brad Binder, Pedro Acosta, Alex Marquez, Jack Miller, Maverick Vinales, Fabio Di Gianantonio, and Miguel Oliveira. You top 10 in the sprint.
So, bro.
Not a bad race, that.
It was good. It was good.
It was pretty decent.
It was a good
Pecco,
race.
4 out of the last 6 DNF.
Didn't see that coming with Bagnaia crashing.
Too hot. Pace was too hot.
Yeah, just
Tyres
just,
couldn't
just
handle
pushed
it.
him out to no man's land, didn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
Looked like he was on an odd part of the track to be at too.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Silverstone's one of those tracks where Sepang's another one where you can run different lines in the corners. It's always interesting to watch.
It is.
And then so sometimes you think, oh, it's just their normal line, but I reckon he was just running a bit hot and then just hit the dirty part of the track.
I think so. No one seemed to have gone out there,
Yeah,
and it just tucked straight away because he put in a blistering lap
you did.
that lap before, and then in typical Pecco fashion on a Saturday,
I know it's
just throwing it down
Saturday
the road,
fraud watch.
you know.
Seriously,
But Bastianini, ultimate wingman,
yeah,
taking points and
picked up the
helping
pieces.
him hold the lead. But yeah, it was unbelievable. And then Marquez throwing it down the road as well.
Standard as well. Standard got a lot.
Same thing on a Saturday. Worst weekend for him, I think he said.
He's just had a stinker the whole weekend.
He did.
Just I don't know what it is. We will talk about him because he's on the cusp of fraud watch, Marc Marquez at the moment.
Dude,
it pains me to say it, but he's on the cusp of fraud watch.
I read it somewhere too during the week that after the weekend, he was riding that bike like it was the Honda, and you could tell because he just wasn't near it.
Yeah,
He didn't look threatening at all this weekend.
And he even in the main race, he had a bit of clear air where he could have chased someone down and just didn't have the pace.
Yeah.
But like again, 2025. If Marc Marquez doesn't win the world title next year, he's on a GP25 factory Ducati. I'm putting a line through him.
Look, I think it's going to be hard for him to win it. But if he doesn't place in the top 3 comfortably, if he just scratches into the top 3
Next year,
then I would say you can put a line through him.
yeah.
I think winning the championship, that's a bit harsh. I'll actually stick up for him here.
Oh my god, what are we in the twilight zone?
I'll wait till I got something later for a result from another race that you'll freak out.
Oh my god.
But all jokes aside, I think that is a lot of pressure. Yes, it's Marc Marquez, and he's obviously super talented, 8-time world champion, whatever it is. But I think that's a lot of pressure when you've got these hungry riders.
So hungry.
Pego's at the top of his game. Martin's at the top of his game. Hopefully, Bez turns it around next year on an Aprilia. Bastianini keeping this form up if he can carry it on into next year. Acosta's got a year under his belt.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's
It's true, but I don't know with Mark. Like, and is this the first weekend I've thought? And I'm an everyone fan, as I've stated, but obviously I'm still a big Marquez fan. But it's the first time this weekend's the first time I've ever thought, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's got it. The only thing that saves him still is he's on a GP23, and I'd like to know his times compared to Bagnaia last year, because he's on the same bike or less of a bike than Bagnaia.
Yeah, I suppose.
And if he's like, let's just say 3 seconds ahead of Bagnaia's race-winning time last year, then okay, maybe it's different. But then there's so many variables like tires, track temperature.
That's right. It's almost impossible to do it direct.
Exactly. It's still a silly thing to say, but there's probably still a little bit of substance in it at the same time.
It's a better indicator than what this current thing is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's going to be interesting, man. And even Bastianini's come out and said, it's a silly decision that they've gotten rid of us too, especially now. It's heating up.
I know.
Bastianini's only 49 points behind.
I know.
And I read on, I think it's more Moto News or something, and this was a great point. If Martin and Bagnaia are going to keep going at each other, he's just going to come in, pick up the pieces. It's very, very unlikely.
Fix your qualifying, man.
If he can fix that and qualify better, there is no reason why he can't sweep up the pieces here and win the championship.
Yeah. What would you say, 49 points?
It's only 49 points. And we've seen if you got a 30-point lead, that's a lot, but with the sprint now, that's nothing.
Yeah, it's all right.
You have a bad weekend, you could lose the championship lead, and you could be behind by 15, 20 points.
Yeah, so as you said, Martin, Bagnaia can take each other out. And I feel like we're getting into the races now where not Martin, Bastianini steps up a little bit. He's had some good results at Misano. He's not bad in the Indonesian circuits, Sepang.
Yep.
Phillip Island's always a wild card. You never know who's going to win.
You never know who's going to win.
Yeah, literally you could just throw a blanket over the field and you wouldn't know.
I feel like that's the hardest one to pick out of all the races this year. And it always has been. Obviously, when Casey was around, you could just pencil him in. He's the master. He's Mr. Phillip Island.
Yeah, early Rossi days, he won like 5 on the trot or something like that. But that was about it.
But then once like Lorenzo was there, Marquez came through, Pedrosa and all those kind of guys. Yeah, Iannone as well. Can't pick it.
Yeah, Alex Rins won 1 year.
2019. Was that 19?
Cal Crutchlow, I think, won 1 year. What shithouse result that was when we were there. Cal Crutchlow.
Yeah. Was that when he was on
Honda?
Honda or Ducati?
LCR Honda.
He led on the Ducati and he stacked going into Miller.
Standard.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you could be right. I'm just guessing, but let's just say you're right.
I think it was that.
Standard Cal Crutchlow. What's our main race results?
Main race results. Enea Bastianini doing the double. Congratulations. Jorge Martin, Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Aleix Espargaro, Alex Marquez, Marco Bezzecchi, Pedro Acosta, and Franco Morbidelli.
Yeah, snuck into the 10th.
Not bad for a double long lap.
Yeah. Luca Marini done with tyre pressure problems.
Cost him a point.
Poor guy. I'm so happy for Bastianini. As you know, I'm a massive Beast fan.
You're a big fan of the Beast.
And if I could pick anyone to win the world title this year, it would be Bastianini.
It'd be him.
Yeah. If I could have anyone.
I remember seeing you after GP, was it not last year, it was the year before, when you came back to work and you're like, dude, met Bastianini, he's got it.
When they're talking about aura at the moment, dude's got aura.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just got something. He's a cool guy.
He is, yeah. I bumped into him at the back of the pits last year, fortunately, and he was really, really nice. And you are 100% right. You can feel when you're around someone that's just,
When they just got
it's
it.
got something special.
Bit of a superstar in them.
Yeah, exactly. Not our kind of special, but the good kind.
Not acoustic.
Yeah.
When you beat Taka Nakagami, you just think he's a race marshal.
Yeah, that's right.
No aura about him whatsoever.
Safety bike.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was I thought the main race was really, really good as well.
No, it was a good race. It was spread out a bit, I guess. But, what happened? I can't even remember what happened. But Martin just ran wide, didn't he? And Bastianini just passed him.
Pretty much. But Martin came out and said, look, even if I didn't make that mistake, the result was going to be the same.
He was gonna pass him.
He was catching him at a rate of knots, man. And yeah, he was just brilliant on those tyres. And credit to Martin too. He pushed Bagnaia all the way. And somehow he actually kept his tyres. I thought,
I can't believe Bagnaia.
yeah, he dropped off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know what happened. And he's come out and said, he wants to learn what was wrong for that weekend and how they can improve. But smart, just settle, take the points.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Learn from Saturday.
Yeah. He's the best at that.
He is, but his tyres dropped. And if there had been another lap, he would have finished off the podium.
Marquez would have got him.
Marquez would have caught him, I think. Great midfield battle.
Did you see the meme? Bad MotoGP memes, but that was like
Rossi.
I want Rossi versus Marquez, and it's like, no, I've got Rossi versus Marquez at home. And it's Digia versus Alex Marquez.
Did you see the photo comparison? Where Rossi's like telling Marquez, come with me.
Oh,
and then Digia did the same thing, tapped his ass, like, follow me. And I think that was a fair point. And Marquez should not have. They battled a little bit too much, and that cost Digia, because I think Digia really had the pace to be on the podium. He is criminally underrated.
Criminally underrated. We've spoken about this a lot.
We really have, and I think people really need to start taking him more seriously. I can comfortably say he's wiping the floor with Bez.
Running rings around him.
Him and Marc Marquez are the only ones that seem to be really, really able to ride that GP23.
Alex Marquez, give him credit. He's come hard the last few rounds. He's doing all right.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Zarco.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mr. Consistency, mid-pack.
Yep.
Take the points.
Yep.
Chill out.
Yep.
He's not over, like...
He's not like podium threat every weekend.
Nah, but there might be a race where you go, oh, shit.
He's not bad. I think... He's been a great pickup, and he's
really proven his worth. Once he left Honda and that sort of shadow of his brother, people probably forgot about him a little bit as well. I think he's done a stellar job at keeping that bike upright and putting it into some really good positions. Yeah. And he's reaped the rewards. Like, he had a sprint win.
Yeah.
He's had a couple podiums.
He's holding his own and
he really
deserves that seat, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one you can comfortably say he deserves to be where he is. And another good race. Dropped a little bit at the end.
Right. But yeah, as you said, Digia, man, like he's criminally underrated. Just I don't know, I don't know where to from here. Obviously, what's his name? Tardozzi has got a big mouth and just let it all out.
Digia on a 25 and Franco on a 24,
which is the right move. Yeah, that's the right move.
100% it is. Unless Franco comes out and pulls something out of the bag at the back end of the year, which is highly unlikely. But I think that's a smart play,
Digia deserves that bike. He deserves to have that factory bike.
Digia almost deserves a factory seat somewhere.
Yeah. He signed for VR46. No, he was about to sign for VR46.
I think it's done and dusted by the sounds of things.
But him on a factory bike, that would be awesome. It's good that they have 3 factory bikes.
Yeah,
It
I love
evens
that.
everything up.
I really like that.
That's really good because finally Morbidelli's not falling up.
Still is.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's nice to see, and it's going to even out the field. Obviously, there's going to be 4 factory Yamahas and Hondas, but they're trying to
And
get their way up,
KTMs.
and the KDMs. So KDMs especially, because someone like Bastianini could win the first 3 races, and he's technically on a full factory bike. They're giving him everything.
Yeah,
and they've
100%.
come out and said that.
100%, man. And I think they're playing it really smart. So next year's going to be a huge season, and we'll obviously dive into that when
Yeah.
it comes around and towards the end of this year. But yeah, man, Digi, great stuff. Love the helmet.
Yeah,
It actually looked really good. I love how he did the reverse sun and moon rather than having it yellow, had it black. Underwhelming on the livery, not his fault.
yeah,
But yeah, man, it was crazy. Aleix did well to hold on. Just dropped off a cliff a little bit.
yeah.
Maverick was nowhere though.
Look, I can't keep saying it. I cannot keep saying it that Maverick Vinales will forever only be on Fraud Watch.
Yeah, I just thought cool attempts. It's perfect for Aprilia.
Who picked him to win? Was it you that picked him to win or Tom?
Tom, I had Pecco to win.
That's shameful.
I think I had
Tom
Maverick third.
on the podium. Yeah,
think so.
You both had him in your top 5. I laughed when I saw it. I laughed, Curtis.
I think a lot of people did in the comments too.
laughed. He's an ultimate fraud watch, and people are going to keep sticking up for him. And I actually still like Maverick Vinales. I just like making fun of him. But you can't be 12th or whatever he was. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
not on that bike. Not on that bike.
yeah.
Yeah, you had Franco Morbidelli come past and he had a double long lap.
There you go.
But like I said, credit to him, man. That's a fair ride to come from a double long lap.
Yeah, no,
At a track like
Morbidelli's doing all right. He's actually had a good start to the second half of the season, just about. Besides wiping out Bezecchi, he's had a few good rounds last few rounds. But Maverick Vinales, man, like
Nowhere.
he's not winning on a KDM. I'm putting
it out there?
I'm putting it out there. Everyone jumped on the bandwagon when he won at Austin, and just everything lined up, all the pieces just fit together, and he won. And I was like, no, I'm not accepting this. And now he's 12th in Silverstone. Everyone's forgotten about
Put
him.
an
and-
asterisk next to that one.
And you know what even annoys me more is like you gotta ride for the livery, Daniel.
Yeah, I know.
Gotta ride for the livery.
You reckon that was the best one for the weekend?
Probably was the best one for the weekend. Before we get the liveries, have we done that MJ Trading Cards Performance of the Week?
We haven't, but I think it goes without saying. MJ Trading Cards performance is Enea Bastianini.
1-1. Can't go past it.
Done the double. First time on a sprint podium.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. For him, I know. Crazy, right?
Absolutely insane. Had a brilliant weekend. Put the bike in third during the qualifying session. Solid all-round weekend for him. You know what? I
100%.
think for him there's obviously no pressure now.
Yeah.
He's got a contract for next year.
Chip on his shoulder.
Yep. He's not fighting for his Ducati seat like he was with Martin.
Yep.
He can now relax and just go and enjoy himself.
That's awesome.
And
Maybe that's what he needs.
I think he was absolutely brilliant. And he's just really nice to watch on the bike. The way he rides, the way he lined him up and carves through. It was unreal. And what I did like, once he passed Martin, I think it was the next lap, he was coming out of one of the corners and his bike was just bucking sort of everywhere coming out.
that.
I was like, oh, man's a menace. Like,
He's
he's not slowing down.
He's a little bit the best of both worlds. He can be super aggressive and he can ride like a bit of a maniac.
Yeah.
But then just still be smooth as butter and then just carve through the field.
Bit Lorenzo like, you reckon?
Yeah, a little bit of Lorenzo like.
A little bit of that.
Just a bit skinnier.
Just a tiny bit.
Speaking of Cheeseburger Lorenzo, I don't know if everyone's been following his socials. I follow it very closely.
Religiously.
Yeah. Like I'm all over him 24/7. I constantly refresh his Instagram page just to wait for something that new to come up. But we've been talking a lot of cheeseburgers about Lorenzo, poking a bit of fun at him. He's been doing weird videos, Daniel, of him working out shirtless.
I reckon he's
lifting
caught
weights.
on.
I think he might be a bit insecure about his body. Next time, have a look at it. If you're not following Jorge Lorenzo, definitely follow him because he keeps posting shirtless photos and videos of him working out, doing some shoulder presses. Him and his sister.
I'm pretty sure he put a cheeseburger as the caption one day.
Yeah, just a bit of an FU to Motorsport
Yeah,
Republica.
just a bit of a jab at us.
Well, you know what? We know what we're doing. We're making him healthier.
It's just good for him, really.
That's right. But I still prefer fat cheeseburger. But I don't know. He must be listening because he's on a workout rampage lately.
Yeah, he's almost number one ticket holder, I think.
Yeah, he could be. He
He could
reshared
be,
us.
yeah, 100%.
That's a big thing.
Pick up your game, everyone else.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple of the main guys have slacked off a little bit.
Yeah, what are you boys doing?
Come on, boys.
Actually, Lachlan Boyle,
He doesn't stop, but
he
loves it.
He loves it, and he stuck up for me and he said, "Yep, Maverick Vinales is on fraud watch, never again." So thank you for that.
Yeah, well done, Lucky. That's fair. Someone's got to stick up for Jim.
Yeah, there's not many. But basically, Lockie and my mum, and that's about it.
I can't, but
Jack Milner, no contract.
dude, it's
No contract anywhere.
It's worrying, man.
He can't be. He's got to have a place somewhere. I still think.
Moto Go Yamaha.
Yeah, get him on. Get him on with Brian Starring in Paris. But like he deserves a seat in
Nah, he does.
Superbikes or something.
It'll work out for him. He has to be in a world class series.
Yeah.
There's no way that he can go to a BSB or an AMA.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Dude's only
Not yet.
29.
He's still got a lot to offer.
Development. I wonder if they'll put him as a test rider.
I think
Just
that
as a GP rider.
I think someone will snatch him up for that for sure.
That's a great bet for someone like Honda.
Couple wild cards.
Get him as a Honda. Oh, they've got
They've got
a
Leish.
Leish.
They can have more than one.
True. They got the deep pockets for it.
Yeah, that's right. And there'd be no
Yamaha.
exactly. Then there's no. I would assume there's no cap to what you pay your test rider.
Nah, no chance.
So
No chance. And you know what? No, I don't know. Like Alicia Spargo, I don't know about Cal Crutchlow. Is Cal Crutchlow a bit of a Stefan Bradl in the test rider world? Like, what's he doing?
not much. I think he's injured or something.
He's always injured. What's he going to do? Just test how to crash a bike?
That's a bit of an odd one. And remember, going back to Cheeseburger, they had a little spat over Twitter because Cal Crutchlow stole his test ride, and then Espargaro stood up for Crutchlow saying, like, Lorenzo, you're a flog.
He did. I'm standing up for Cheeseburger, but whatever. The man doesn't miss.
How can you... All right. Cal Crutchlow is probably one of the nicest guys if you meet him, I would assume.
Snubbed me for a photo once.
Did he?
Another kid,
stuff
so.
him. He can go shake hands. Thanks, Dixon. But why would you take Cal Crutchlow over Jorge Lorenzo?
I'll be picking Lorenzo. Oh, he knows the Yamaha back to front, and he's a multiple world champion.
Even if the dude was telling you to get stuffed in the bike with shit every day, you'd still keep him on.
Maybe Cheeseburger wasn't passing like the weight limits of a MotoGP bike, so they couldn't develop it because it was too heavy.
Alpine Stars didn't have enough leather.
They didn't have enough O for go across the. not enough O's.
It's crazy, man. I don't know what he's doing. He might be a little bit of a Stefan Bradl.
He 100%. I think he is. Cheeseburger's a type of guy where he would be a test rider and put a number 1 plate in the front of the bike.
Oh, dude, no doubt. I'm pretty sure he wore a gold helmet still. Come on, man. Do you expect anything less?
The number 1 earpiece. Oh, it's
Number
the
1
funniest.
test rider.
Yeah, he is.
You know? But yeah, I don't know with Crutchlow, but that's a great shout. Like Jack to Yamaha.
Well, I'm saying Jack as well. I guess they've had similar careers, you can argue, which is fair enough, but Jack's got more recent experience on a Ducati and a KTM.
100%. They're good friends as well. You could put a word
true.
in for him as well. Like,
True. It's not a bad shout.
and it's not a bad shout at all. Like I said, there's no way he ends up in a local series in whatever country. He's got to be somewhere. I think his first priority would obviously be to be racing. So if a World Superbike gig came up, I would maybe think he would take that over a test ride.
I think so.
But who knows?
But-
Who knows? And now they get wild cards left, right, and centre.
They do.
Especially if he's going to Yamaha or Honda,
Yeah.
they probably get more.
You definitely, I know they do.
So
for
and
sure.
they get more track time. Like they got
Yep.
a Misano test, I think, coming
Yep,
up soon.
They do.
So he's still going to have a lot of time on the bike.
Yep. It's right. And you don't have to be a MotoGP world champion to be a good test rider. You look at Michele Pirro or Lorenzo Salvadori, they're great test riders and have helped develop those bikes.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Danny Pedrosa wasn't a world champion.
yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Or Danny.
Jonas Folger, he was a test rider. He's still a test rider for KTM.
He got herpes or something, but doesn't he?
Something
Don't know.
weird.
Can't use his leathers.
One good race result and that was it.
Yeah.
But no, you are 100% right. These guys don't have to be race winners in the class or have ever made it to the class
Yeah.
to understand a bike. So
Yeah. Some people, I think some people just have it more than others, obviously. But I think Jack might have it. So anyway, he can pass on a lot of data. And I think that's the main thing.
100%. We've seen when he went to KTM how much they improved on their launches.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I'm sure that's something he brought across from Ducati. And I think a lot of people don't give him enough credit for his mind and how good he really is with that.
Good point.
So put some respect on the man. I was thinking about it the other night. I really feel sorry for him.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It is rough. It sucks.
Like he must just be in a world of hurt.
Like, there's got to be a contract somewhere. Obviously, there isn't, but you know, somewhere in I don't know. Maybe it's just all too late.
Maybe, man. I mean, who knows? We could sit here and speculate about that for an hour. But, you know, we're not going to. We broke the news and then
I know.
2 days later we put a clip up and literally 2 minutes later it goes, oh, Jack wasn't offered a contract.
That's so funny.
You know, it is what it is.
On better, more lighter topics, MotoGP liveries.
Dude, what'd you think overall?
Loved them. I love the response on our power rankings of the liveries.
Went off.
It went crazy. I've got another one coming up.
Oh, dear.
Another special power rankings on something different.
Okay,
I'm not going to tell people yet.
that's cool.
might
Tell
do-
me after the pod.
Yeah. I got it. I'll put it up maybe next week.
Yeah,
Anyway, loved it. I thought everyone's was good in their own way, I guess you could say. The only disappointment for me was VR46.
That was terrible.
It fucking sucked. Their leathers look good.
The leathers looked mad.
And their shirt that you can buy. Did you see their old school button up shirts
no, I
they
didn't.
released? Oh, they had like the old school button up shirt you can buy on their website.
That's cool.
It's like $200 Aussie bucks.
Oh, yeah. It's like buying his redone World Championship tees.
Yeah. They're
like
$300.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. How do we go? How do we go with our predictions? Because I think we did.
We did okay.
I think we did half right.
We got Ducati. We did say it was either going to be Superbikes or 2003.
Yep.
So-
And yeah, it was 2003. But the too many sponsors, and I didn't like the black Lenovo. Just ruined it. If they took that out, it would have been good.
They could have left like the riding Lenovo,
Yeah.
just take that, the blocks away from it.
Yeah.
I loved the red though.
The red was cool.
Seeing it on track and onboard footage and that bright red, to see
Yeah.
that back on a racetrack was just amazing.
Yeah.
It's the only colour Ducati should be at a race.
I agree.
But I'll give us a tick for that because we did call it.
Yep.
Yamaha, you did call it. White red
Looked awesome.
looked brilliant.
And I loved how Monster, because they're normally the big sponsor, they kind of took a step back.
Yeah, just on the front of the fairing.
Yeah, and on the bottom. It looked great with the yellow number, the white and red.
Yeah, I thought it was sick.
And I love what Cottararo said is like, we're not fast, but at least we look good.
Oh, is that
So
what
he
he
came
said?
out and
What a
said-
legend. That was awesome. Yeah, so that one, well done. We picked that. What do we got? KDM, we said the blue logo,
Yeah.
but we did say like
We'll
the
try-
Gary McCoy style. So we didn't get that one right, unfortunately, but close-ish enough.
We
I didn't mind it.
I thought it looked good.
Very 80s KDM dirt bikes is what I first thought when I
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
But I thought it looked good.
Nah, I liked it. It stood out, and it was cool. It was cool.
It
I was
was.
a fan. It kind of looked like that Suzuka F1 Red Bull Verstappen.
It really did.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It did look good. Aprilia, we said the cube in black.
Yeah.
We were well off.
How do we not think of Chesterfield though?
I think we were very narrow-minded and we just thought about GP bikes or like
True.
500cc bike.
True.
Because once they released Chesterfield, I thought, they could have gone for Rossi on the 250 or Lorenzo.
True.
Like they could have had so many different
True.
things. But it did make sense. 4-time champion on that
Yeah.
Chesterfield colorway. Alicia Spargo running the helmet as well.
Yeah. The numbers look good. The numbers on the side, on the
Hands
back.
down, the best one of the. In my opinion, it was my favorite.
It was my
The
favorite.
numbers looked sick.
Yeah.
I loved Maverick with the yellow number.
Yep.
Elise with the silver number. Primo, well done, Aprilia. That was
If Bastianini
top notch.
didn't go 1-1, that was 100% MJ Trading Cards Performance of the Week. Was just Aprilia.
100%. 100%.
It looked grouse.
Actually, back on Yamaha, how are they getting all the crew into the old school
Yeah,
coveralls and stuff?
true. And Castrol did the same thing.
Yep.
I want one of them shirts. They looked awesome.
Yeah, I want one of the caps, like you said.
Yeah. Like
was
the
really
Michelin
cool.
ones and that.
Repsol, again, we were way off. We went for a Repsol
Yeah.
livery.
Eddie Lawson, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, Fast Freddy.
Oh, Freddie Spencer. Yeah. Sorry. Dave Shaw. Pod favourite, Dave Superbike Shaw. My dad picked it. Let us know about it as well.
He did pick it. Well done, Dave. And was pretty quick to throw a photo up in the group chat, which I'm very privileged to be added into. So, Dave, if you're listening, thank you very much. I shed a tear of joy. That was 2 in a week because he added me.
Yeah.
And a couple of days later, I got put in the group chat. So
That's when you know you made the big leagues.
yes, 100%. But I could see him commenting on all the Dainese posts and
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm sure for a lot of those guys, it would have been really cool to see that
Yeah.
because that would have been what they got into the sport with.
Yeah.
And I think Honda did a ripper job. Or they were probably equal with Aprilia.
Same for me. They were equal for Aprilia. It looked great. And a small thing, they even had like the old school Repsol logo on
Yep.
the bottom of the bike. So it was wow, that was cool. I'd like if they just stayed like that. I'd be so happy with that.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Next year they might have to go to a similar.
Oh yeah, they're not far off it just with their normal like testing liveries and everything
Yep.
like that. And people forget when Doolan won his first title, they didn't have a major sponsor, Honda. It was
he the
blue, white, and red, or red, white, blue, whatever it is. And then
Yeah.
after he won the title, Repsol jumped on board.
Yeah. So yeah, credit to Honda. That was amazing. Credit to Dainese, those suits. Primo.
Yeah,
Pramac, Castrol, green, white. We called that.
yeah,
LCR, we couldn't. We assumed they were just going to
Yeah.
copy it, which they basically did.
yeah,
Again, you can never go past the Castrol.
yeah.
It did look pretty good. Trackhouse, we said a NASCAR livery.
Yeah, true. That would have been cool. But I liked what they did. It was a good homage.
Yeah, it was. It was really, really cool to see all the OG Americans on there.
Too bad that those bikes lasted about half a lap.
Dude, I didn't even. Did they replay what happened?
No, they kept. There was that many messages about how they just didn't replay it, and it
Yeah.
looked like a nasty crash.
I know.
It looks like a real nasty crash.
Yeah, interesting one. A shame they didn't last long though.
Half a lap, seriously. Good homage to the Americans.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice touch considering they're only new to the sport.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It wasn't too bad. Gas, we've got written old school logo. Were we right on that one?
I guess I just kind of they followed like the KTM route, went white. It was all right.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Grassini, old school,
Yeah.
stock standard. We knew that was going to happen. I love the silver tank this time
Yeah.
and how they use that bubble writing across the leathers and on the side Desmo. Like
If we hadn't have seen that one already, like just about, it would have been
The
God
best.
tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it still can be.
Yeah.
It still can be. VR46, we had Nastro in the yellow.
Anything would have been better than that atrocity.
Yeah,
It wasn't
It's a
even old
shame.
school.
2018. What was his last year, wasn't it? Was it?
Nah, it was when he was on Movie Star. They compared it to the Movie Star. It was like 2016.
No, it was 2018. That's a
Or
2018 graphic.
2018, whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, he was there after that. Yeah, it was disappointing. I liked how they had the 46 on the front
That was cool.
with
I
the
like
number
that.
over the top.
Yeah, I like that.
Again, their leathers probably looked better
Yeah.
than what the bike did. Again, Digia with the helmet looked sick.
Too many sponsors. No good.
I think that's what killed some of them were the sponsors. Aprilia was perfect.
Yeah.
Honda, perfect.
Primax looked good. Like I didn't really
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
completely skipped that. Pramac, yeah, the Angel Nieto
yeah.
tribute livery. I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it was very funny. I think Jorge Martin posted it, and I don't know if he captioned it or commented on it, saying like "fuck, finally,
Finally in red.
red Ducati."
But yeah, VR46, what's your game? Like, if anyone was going to have the best one, they had so many options to pick from.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. And,
People were saying, "Oh, it can't be. It has to be your manufacturer," but it was off the Yamaha.
that's right. It was off his. It was basically
Yeah.
his helmet design slapped on a bike. So, and with the little teaser that they put, because they had such a big like container full of that yellow, I thought, oh, we're on. Like,
Yeah.
this is going to be brilliant. You know, seeing the red behind it as well.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, this is.
If they did like a yellow and red of the old school sun and moon, would have been happy.
Oh,
It's an old school sun and moon.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Maybe he's.
Too
I
busy
don't know what he was
thinking about
smoking, man.
something. Must have got some of KP's fucking special sauce.
KP, where's he gone?
But yeah, seriously, not happy.
But no, we did well, I thought.
Yeah,
We
no, it was good.
picked most of them were pretty good.
I really hope they do like because they got a really good reception. I really hope they do a retro round every year.
Similar to footy. Footy does retro round every year now, don't they?
Yeah. And like, you know, it doesn't have to be England. You can do Misano one year, Magello,
Yeah,
or
change it
Philippine,
up.
whatever, and change it up. It'd be really cool.
100%. A lot of the helmets looked good.
Yeah. Digi's helmet was cool, the Rossi Showy.
Yeah, it was. I loved Gardner's one with the Marlboro.
Yeah.
You know, he went all out. That was sick. Yeah, man, it was awesome.
Nah, happy. It was a good weekend. Loved it.
It was.
The vintage MotoGP start promo was cool. Did you see
Yes,
that?
that was cool.
No, it is cool. Like since MotoGP, I feel like since this year, since kind of Dorna's, they're trying to keep up with F1. I guess to a degree, they're kind of
100%.
doing those F1 promo packages, but it's cool. It works. Doing retro stuff like that, it works. Like that's what the people want.
It definitely does, and it seems to be drawing more and more people to the sport.
Yeah, they love
seems
it.
to be. I'm finding more and more of it on my Instagram, just going through random reels and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's really starting to pick up, which is awesome. It's what we want,
yeah.
you know.
Just get to the crowd. Get to the crowd. Get to the race, England.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
But you know, we're probably the catalyst for that, getting more people involved.
Yeah, that's true. That is us.
You know?
We got a lot.
That's
We got a
what we
lot
do.
of followers and listeners out of England. Funny enough, and Northern
we do.
Ireland. Northern Ireland, especially after the Cam Donald
Donald
pod.
one.
Yeah, went off over there.
Shout out Cam.
Yeah, good friend of the pod.
What a legend. You got anything else on GP,
No.
James? I don't really have any other anything interesting.
Nah, the only other
unfortunately.
thing I've got is Rin's signed for another 2 years.
Yes.
I like that. And India signed for the next 3 years. So get ready for some food poisoning, all the riders and teams.
Yeah, all cancelled races.
All
or something.
cancelled races. But that's the only news I got.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
So if you haven't
unfortunately.
heard that, then you've heard it from us.
You've heard it here first.
Moto 2.
Moto 2.
Give us the results, big dog.
Do you watch the race? You obviously watch the race.
Fuck yeah, watch the race.
Pains me to say this.
Your best mate.
Jake Dixon first. Aaron Canet. Celestino Vietti. Sergio Garcia. Manu Gonzalez. Darren Binder. Jeremy Alcoba. Albert Arenas. Alonso Lopez. And Senna Aegis rounding out the top 10.
Shout out, Senna Aegis.
Good race, man, I thought.
Yeah, he did well.
Wasn't too bad at all.
Now, let me just say this. It was a lap to go, 2 laps to go. Canet was leading. Dixon was hot on his tail, and I was thinking of you, and I was like, if you want anyone in front of you for a lap to go, it's Aaron Canet. First corner. Granted, good move.
Great move.
Great move. It surprised him, and you can sneeze and it'll surprise Aaron Canet, and you'll fumble the ball, like seriously. And then that was it. He just rode away with it, and it was a great move, a ballsy move into that first corner. But I was like, seriously, Aaron Canet, what are you doing, bro? Like he
I
just
know.
loves finishing second.
Oh, doesn't he ever? Credit to Jake Dixon, man. That was a brilliant move.
It was.
I was watching that going, spewing. I was livid. I was
Yeah, you would've cracked
yelling
it.
at that TV. I was like, come on, Canet. I was like,
Never been such a Canet fan in your life,
dude, I went and bought all of his merch. But when he ran away with it, I was like, you know what? Credit to him. He did deserve that win, and it was great to see him win in his home crowd.
Yeah.
The Worm and the Conor McGregor walk.
Oh, it's so the
Take
Conor McGregor
a
work,
few points off. You
Yeah,
know?
it's so gay. Like, just at least come up with your own thing.
Legit. You know, the Worm, whatever, that can be your thing.
His interview was cringe as well.
I thought it was going to be worse. I was like, I'm going to punish myself here and watch this
yeah,
interview.
I had to do that as well. I had to punish myself.
I was like, because this is either going to make me like stay up till 4 a.m, absolutely fuming.
Fighting them demons.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to lose my mind
Yeah.
with what this guy's going to say. I know it. I was like
Yeah,
working
yeah,
myself
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I was like, wow, He wasn't a complete toss bag.
Just 50% toss bag.
Mate, you know what? I'll give him 40.
Far
It wasn't
out.
that
You're a
bad.
changed man. You're a changed
Oh,
man
no,
lately,
give it
Daniel.
to next week when he like in stacks or something, or take
Or
someone
wins
out.
again.
Oh, he wins again. It'll be crazy. But no, credit to him. Great move. Hats off, Jake Dixon.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the only probably time I'll be nice out. Or if I meet you, I'll be like, oh, hi, Jake.
But I'm a ticket holder of you, mate.
Yeah. Oh, I love the way you ride. Yeah.
You speak really well.
Yeah. You're not a flog. I didn't mean it.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, nah, it was good. It was a great move, and it was just credit to him. Seriously.
Yeah, especially from last year when he got taken out
Yeah.
from Darren Benner, who actually had a really good race as well.
Yeah, he did. He had a really good race.
First one in a long time. Dude, Sergio Garcia,
24th to 4th.
what a man.
How good's that?
So he started 16th, got pushed back to 24th.
Yep. I
Comes
watched that.
back.
I was watching him on the first corner, that helicopter shot.
Yeah.
And I saw him get pushed out wide, and I was like, oh, geez, like, good luck now. Couldn't believe it.
That's right of a kid who's on a mission.
That's, you know what? And that could, if it wasn't just a big weekend, that also could have been an MJ performance of the week right there, that ride. Because in Moto 2, how many times do you see someone like Alonso Lopez burning tyres?
Oh, dude.
And going back to Jake Dixon, I actually read when he calmed down and wasn't being so acoustic, he had a really good interview. And he was saying, he passed, I think, Aaron Canet or someone halfway through the race. And he's just like, my team told me, like, don't burn your tyres, be easy on the throttle, pit the bike up real early, just play it cool. And he did that. And then he saved his tyre and then obviously got repassed, saved his tyre and then shoved up the inside to win the race. And I thought, man, maybe that's a changed man. But to do Garcia to then do that from 24th, somehow go through the field and then not just burn that rear tyre, which would be so easy at Silverstone, any track really, and then just to hold his own and then almost get third.
It wasn't far off. He was.
Who pipped him for third again?
Vietti.
Sorry. Yeah, he had a good on him as well. He's come back.
Yeah, he had a great race too. I thought he.
It's good to see the bloody Italians coming back through again. We need them.
Yeah, 100%. He sort of fell away and then chipped way back at it. It's a shame, Joe Roberts, man.
I know. I couldn't believe he
doing
crashed.
Same
seriously.
corner as Arbolino.
Yeah.
No, different corner. I think. Sorry.
Arbolino had a wild crash as well because he looked like he just got out of shape and then just threw it. It was a weird crash. Like, he was like tank slappering into the corner and then just lost the front.
Yeah, and then Roberts had a pretty fast crash. I was spewing, man. Like, he looked so good. Moreira, another one. Like, they were all racing really, really well, and then just silly little mistakes, and that's cost Joe Roberts big time.
Massive. He's just lucky Igura got 14th and had a stinker because he just burnt. Something happened to him. He burnt his rear tyre.
He fell away like anything.
I thought he was going to win that race, to be honest.
I thought once he hits the front here, see you later, that's it.
In true Igura fashion, you can really, he could really stamp his authority on the championship. 14th.
Yeah.
Cracks under pressure.
Typical. Dude, how's Furman Alder get?
I know. Didn't even get the points, did he? Or did he get 12th or something? I think it was 12th.
He finished 12th, so he got 4 points. But
I don't.
nowhere all weekend, man. Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it with him. He's the biggest cock tease out of them all.
he might seriously be the king of fraud watch.
Yeah. Well, maybe he trains with Maverick Vinales.
Probably.
Yeah.
Big chance.
yeah. It actually is truthfully, there's actually a big chance.
But people go, oh, it's harsh. It might be like it's harsh one race, but he hasn't lit the world on fire. We keep saying it. Like, was this the wrong call or too much of an early call from Ducati?
Or imagine if imagine if Ducati put Furman in, does nothing, put Marquez in, do nothing, and then you got Martin and the Beast.
Running riot, you're gone.
How crazy is that? Then you're really just, we're just waiting on Pecco to do something.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then Pecco still has to learn off everyone else's data. Like, they all share data. That's the whole reason why Ducati does so well.
They're relying on 3 to 4 guys.
It's a big if, though.
It's a huge if, but they're relying on, as you said, Pecco, Mark, Furman, and the way he's going, you have to throw Digi in there.
Yeah.
They're
and
relying on
now on a factory bike.
They're relying on 4 people. If 2 of them don't work out, or you can say 3. Let's say 3. If one of them doesn't work out, or even 2 of them, like you said, they've really shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. God, I love MotoGP.
It's so good.
But
No, you're right. You go.
I was just going to say Moto 2. So I say it every week. It's so healthy. It's such good racing.
I love it. It's such a good category. I always say it. The field is stacked.
It is.
And guys are just getting better. Like, yes, Moreira threw it down the road, but the dude's a rookie. Like,
He's doing well. He's doing really well.
He's fighting up the front. You know, when Lopez is making these crazy ass moves, it is just so good to watch. Like, you know, as you said, Garcia carving through from 24th. Darren Binder having a good race.
Yeah.
You know, Alcoba's almost the new Gonzalez, finishing in that 6 to sort of 10 mark all the time.
Center Aegis has really done well the last few rounds. Never been a Silverstone, I don't think. So sorry, just a bit of standard Motorsport Republica technical difficulties.
As I was saying, congratulations to Senna. He's signed another deal.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which is great to see. Thoroughly deserved.
Nah, doing really good. The Aussies in Moto 3, Moto 2 are doing great. And you know, Moto 2, very, very hard field already, and to have top 10s, be racing up in 6th, 7th, 8th in Sachsenring as well. Tracks that he hasn't been to, it's really good to see.
It's unreal, man. He's doing a fantastic job. Keep it up. And he'll be up there sooner rather than later, man. There was a good interview with him, with good friend Renita and Fox Motorsports.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about how he's playing it out in his head, his Phillip Island round, and how he's going to have a good result.
Yeah.
And I love hearing stuff like that. So obviously we'll be down there cheering him on, and fingers crossed that can come to life. But plenty more races in between for some good results for him.
Definitely. And going into those Asian rounds as well, I think he might have raced in some of those tracks when he went up through, I'm pretty sure he said he went up through Asia Talent Cup when we were speaking to him and that. So he might know a bit of those tracks at the same time.
100%. Couple big high sides too.
Yeah, Mario Rachi, whatever his name is, on Itamitsu, flung himself.
Somcat Chantra, you mean? Oh, yeah, no. Yes.
Yeah.
They both did, didn't they?
It's racist, mate. You got them mixed up.
Can't, bro. I'm not going to say it. I'll say that for the Patreon now. Didn't they both launch themselves to the moon? Or was it Massia that also launched himself?
Massia did. Maybe a few did.
Yeah.
It's one of those tracks, though. It can, like, suck you in and then just spit you out at the same time.
100%.
And it's so wide, Silverstone.
Especially on those things, as you mentioned, on a GP bike, you can take different lines, but especially those.
Yeah.
You can throw them anywhere. And power comes down real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it that I had for
I'm happy with that, mate.
Moto 2.
What do we got for Moto 3?
Moto 3.
Could be one of the best races I've ever seen. That Moto 3 Silverstone race was incredible.
It'd be close too, man. And you know what? I was almost going to say to you before the pod, Kelso for performance of the week.
I know. He had a good run. He just got beaten up at the end.
Dude, he had his nose cut off, I reckon, 3 or 4 times in those last 6 or 7 laps.
So close. Like, I don't know how they do it where it's millimeters, man. There's millimeters of difference between that rear tyre and that front tyre.
Credit to him, but he fought like an absolute mother effer.
Yeah, he did. And he'd get past, he'd repass again. Get past, repass again.
Unbelievable. So good to see.
Yeah.
And really stamped his authority in for the first time in a long time. Like, you know what, stuff you guys, I'm here to play as well.
Yeah.
So
qualified in the front row.
Yep. So credit to him, man. That was a cracking race. But let's get up some results for it. What do we got here? Ivan Otola first. David Alonso, Colin Vaya. Came from the clouds.
He's the one to watch, Colin Vaya. He's your man. You were on him from a year and a half ago.
Yep, on him early. Danny Holgado, Stefano Nepa, Rusei Yamanaka, our boy Joel Kelso, Adrian Fernandez, Jose Antonio Rueda, and Tatsuki Suzuki.
And the other Aussie, Jacob Rulestone.
Jacob did well to come back and finish in 17th.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Admitted his mistake and took out David Munoz. Don't know why David Munoz is angry. He's taken out the field 3 times over. So
Bro, he carried on like a pork chop. I was like, is this guy normal? He's bashed every single person to come through Moto 3.
I saw him carrying on. I'm like, you got no leg to stand on, bro.
No way, man. I was like, this guy can't. You cannot be serious, man.
I was spewing, but he had such a wild first lap, Jacob. And then
Yeah.
like he was just running wide, and then that happened. I was like, far out, because he qualified 6th.
Yeah, man. He had a ripping weekend
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So it would have been cool to see 2 Aussies up. But that's just learning. That's racing. It's his first year.
And he said that, it's all a learning curve.
I think he went into that corner shift. He was in 5th, and he accidentally shifted to 6th.
Yeah.
And then not obviously down. So it's just one of those things.
It is what it is, man.
If you're going to take out anyone, it's Munoz.
Yeah, exactly right. If anyone deserves to be, it's him.
Yeah.
But credit to him to come back, finish 17th. Like he said in his post, he's still learning. It's only his first year. He's got plenty to go, man.
That's right.
And he's already shown his pace halfway through a season, having some good results through your free practice sessions, putting it on the second row in quali. Like, he's due for a big result, man. And
yeah, coming in the second half of the year, and then obviously next year as well is going to he's one to watch, and even the commentators are really
man, they love him. Yeah, they get around him. So I think once he has a few like good top 6s, top 5s, a couple podiums, he'll start to really come into his own and be a bit of a savage. So it'll be really good to see.
Ivan Antola looked good. Full crazy weaving down the back straight. Lucky he didn't get penalised for that.
Yeah, they don't like that. The stewards there.
They used to do that a lot back in the day. You remember that? Like you'd watch any moto, a 125cc race or early maybe
250s
Moto
as well.
3s. Weaving was just normal, but I remember it was so noticeable now.
It really is, especially when you got a wide track.
Yeah.
They just go each way and every way. So
But going into that last lap and then like that last chicane, there was just like 6 riders going for it. And I saw David Alonso and I'm like, oh, surely it's all over if that little Colombian man, seriously. Colin Vaya as well.
give him a sniff.
Oh man, yeah, he's sniffing all right. And it was incredible. What a race, seriously.
Man, it was unbelievable.
I can't even like talk about it. I can't even do it justice. You haven't seen it, you got to watch it.
Yeah, you do. That if you were going to bring someone into MotoGP, that is the race you would show them.
It's the best racing in Moto 3 is the best racing in the world and has been with 125s for 25 years.
Yeah, and you've said that all along.
Yeah.
You have. And a few people jump on board. They messaged us saying, yep, best racing by a mile.
Yeah, it is. It's fearless kids on equal machinery, and people always talk about speed, where speed's not everything. They're not the fastest bikes. They go 220 k's an hour max, whatever it is, but the racing is just Jesus. I was like sweating watching it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I thought, man, there's going to be a massive pile up.
Yeah.
At one stage, I thought someone in like 8th or 9th is going to win this race because they're just going to take each other out.
That's right. My old man used to say when we'll watch it back in the day, like going into the last lap, it's going to end in tears. Like someone's going to be on the floor. Normally it is, but
yeah, 100%. That's a good point. But crazy, man. And you can really see, as you said, it's not all about that speed. Yes, you're smaller and lighter. You do bridge that gap. But those guys that are a bit taller or a bit heavier, man, they're demons on the brakes, and they just make up that ground
you can see
so
it
quickly.
You can see it. It's so visible.
It's insane. 50 races for Joel Kelso as well.
Yeah, he's doing good. It's really awesome.
50 races for Ortola, so
He's having a good year.
not a bad birthday present as well.
Yeah.
Race win, 50 races. It's a good milestone. 100 races for Riccardo Rossi. And how's this? Alonso's first time on the podium, that wasn't a win.
Really?
How crazy.
That's a crazy stat.
Yeah, so I can't remember if they said it was this year or his whole career, but that's nuts.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Either way, if it's for his career or year, that's insane.
He's just so threatening, man.
Dude.
Whenever you see him, it's the same thing every race. 6 for like 20 laps. And in the last 3 laps, he just picks off 3 riders just like that. Like it's nothing.
It's crazy. Colin Vise sort of channeled a bit of that this week.
He had a face of Fundo, and I think he got on the podium. When he was on the podium, he wasn't happy.
Yeah,
he was not happy.
No, he wasn't. But that's racing, man.
It's racing. Those little Spanish kids, but I think I said it in the group chat. I was like, "Fuck me, they're so aggressive."
Yeah, they are. But that's what we love to see.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be.
Did you see Piqueras' high side?
Yeah, I did see that.
Moto 3 bike outside.
Yeah, I know.
You don't see that too often.
Nah, it's not often, but
Then
definitely.
poor Scott Ogden.
I know.
They're coming off second best in
Pod
front of the home
favourite
crowd.
follows us, Scott Ogden. Gets around
man.
some of our stuff.
Yeah, I hope he's listening to the episode.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate, man. Like, you never want to go out in your home race.
And then in last year at Silverstone, he stalled on the front row. And he had to start at the back of the
That's
grid.
right,
Poor guy.
yes.
The commentators
man.
brought that up. I'm sure he loves that.
That's a home race curse.
Yeah, isn't it ever? But nah, it's Moto3, you got to love it. I'm very happy.
It's the best racing by a mile.
All right, Dan, it's that time. It's that time of the week. Everyone's favourite. Curdy, what do we got? You know what it is. It's hot takes, mate. It's your burning questions. It's your hot takes. This is what people contribute to the show. They give us their shameless opinions, right or wrong. We want to hear them. And you know what? Before
9 times
that,
out of 10, they're wrong, but
9 times out of 10, they are wrong. Before that, you know what I'm going to get up? Let's get up Tom's long-awaited thoughts on these his hot takes
his
on the
hot take
liveries.
on the liveries.
All right, so let me play this.
Boys, T-Shabs all the way from Coral Bay, WA, middle of nowhere. Special liveries this week. Can't run it in practice, can't run it in qualifying, only Sunday, don't know about that one. Boring. Aprilia is probably the standout. Yeah, but, is it actually that good? What's the next one? Yeah, KTM. I like the white, not too bad. But BR46, what a disappointment. Anyway, back to the normal liveries from the upcoming rounds. Looking forward to that.
That's a man who knows nothing about the history of MotoGP.
That man's got no idea. You need to take a bath. Seriously. The only thing he got right out of all that we haven't spoken about is they didn't run it through practice.
Yes,
Ridiculous.
100%. That was stupid.
That was a dumb move. But come on, man. Boring on all of them. How dare you?
Do you think that was a sponsorship thing, not running them through practice?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think.
It makes the most sense, hey?
But no one cares about your dumb sponsors. Just let us have something for a weekend.
100%, man.
If you're
going to do it properly.
I actually want to drink Monster now because they moved their logo for the. But I'll never buy a Lenovo in my life now. That's how it works. I'll never buy a Lenovo laptop in my life.
We'll speak to our resident producer about Monster Energy drinks and all those kind of things. He loves them.
Yeah, Curdy, give us a rundown on Lenovo. You know computers as well, and
and Monster
and
the best
Energy.
energy drinks.
Yeah. Well, what do we got?
What, Monster Energy drinks?
Yeah, they good?
They're all right. Mother's a bit better, I find.
I mean, don't say that, mate. We're trying to get sponsorship, all right?
That's all right. Hey, if they bring back the raspberry flavour, the black and purple can, I'll have it immediately.
What about
Bring it back.
Lenovo laptops? They shit house?
Some are pretty good.
Nah, they're the worst, mate. They're the worst.
You're just looking at the wrong ones, mate.
Nah, what I'm looking at, they're stupid sponsor on the Ducati. That's what I'm looking at.
You know, it looked pretty terrible.
Good.
It actually even ruined Pecco's championship helmet replica because they got it right smack bang on the top and even through the chin piece.
It's too much. You're throwing it down my throat. I don't care about your stupid laptop.
Yeah.
Just, you can have it on there. Normal bloody every other rounds, 21 out of 22 rounds. Just for that, like, just give us something
just
like
take it
Monster.
off. Yeah, let's go
or just
proper old
move
school.
it. Just
Yeah.
move it. Change the font or something. Like, God, we know what your stupid laptop is.
The funny thing is, Tom's actually back from holiday. We just didn't call him back into the studio.
He's still waiting at the airport. Tom will pick him up. Sorry, bro. All right, hot takes. Let's get this going. This actually leads into it perfect. We've already spoken about it, but at Ty Choplas, fucking shame Ducati didn't have the balls to put the Marlboro logo on the bike.
Bro, 100% it's a shame.
Get it going, and everyone smoke some cigarettes. Look at our story. It's Marlboro and cigarettes. That's what it's all about.
Make racing great again.
Make racing great again. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I like that. At LA Earth 91. Cool name. Will Remy Gardner race for Pramac Yamaha next year?
As much as I did say that he would,
Yep.
and as much as I would love that, it's looking like they're going for a Moto2 rider.
Sergio Garcia?
No, so Garcia will stay, and it's either going to be Roberts or Arbolino.
Ooh. Who would you rather have?
I'm a big Tony fan,
I know you are, but you're a big Roberts fan.
but you know what? Give me Joe Roberts. I'd love to see an American back in MotoGP.
I know.
You got to have an American in MotoGP.
They got a fucking American team and they're right up across.
Exactly. And it obviously plays into the hands of Liberty Media now, but taking away from that, Joe Roberts.
Yeah.
They're just cool characters, man.
They are.
And that's nothing away from Arbolino. He's a pretty funny dude and, pretty good characteristics and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, give me Joe Roberts.
I like it. I like it. Arbolino, I would have said 2 years ago, but his problems of riding, his struggling of riding around problems is the issue. And then if you're riding a MotoGP bike where there's always issues and always development, and you have to always ride around certain things, it's probably
100%.
and you're jumping onto a new tyre, jumping on the Michelin, not the Pirelli.
So what do you think about Remy?
I think it would be really cool if it was there. I would love that. Obviously, he's a bias for an Aussie, and we kind of know him and have done a pod with him.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy, really, really nice guy. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
It is.
I can see why they would run Roberts or Arbolino.
Yeah,
it's a safer bet.
It was interesting though. He came out and said this weekend he was there for testing purposes. So maybe they are.
Yeah, you
going to
never
bring him
know.
back. You don't know. It's
I wouldn't be mad.
no, not at all. Not at all.
We've got a bit of a Casey Stoner theme, actually. We've had a few Casey Stoner messages randomly. At Santi Bladdy Me. Casey Stoner is the only rider to not only beat but also dominate Rossi at his prime. That's a hot take.
That is a hot take. That Ducati was head and shoulders above everything else.
True.
And so was that Honda.
He beat Rossi as well when Rossi was on the Ducati, but I'd also argue Lorenzo beat him at his prime.
Beat Rossi. Yeah, 100%. I'd probably go for that over the Stoner one.
I think, not Cheeseburger, I think Stoner's natural ability is probably equal best of Marc Marquez in my opinion, but I think Lorenzo also beat Rossi in his prime.
I think so. Equal machinery.
Yeah.
Enough anyway. But yeah.
I guess, dominate, I guess he's saying, yeah. But yeah, I think Lorenzo, yeah.
Yeah, dominate's probably the wrong word. He beat him for sure, and he beat him in a prime year, but for me, that bike was that much better. Both bikes were. And you had Rossi on a Ducati the second time round. If Rossi had been on Yamaha still, would he have beaten him? Probably. But it would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? With that one, because Stoner in 2011 when he won dominated that season.
He did. That's what I'm saying.
Just destroyed everyone.
He still would have probably won that championship comfortably, but it would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, okay. Is that what you meant? Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, not saying Rossi would have won it or Lorenzo or anyone else. It just would have been a closer
I agree
battle
with that.
on the track.
I agree with that, definitely.
Yeah.
Again, Casey Stoner at Jack Giles, potential number one ticket holder there. How many titles do you think Stoner would have won if he didn't retire at such a young age? I don't know if he would have won any more. He maybe would have won one more, maybe, but I think Marquez just gets into everyone's mind.
Yeah, I don't think he wins another one. And
that's a hard question, isn't it?
His biggest problem was he seemed to be, from the outside looking in, easily defeated.
Yeah, and I think the racing's not the issue. I think it's the media circus that's the issue.
Yeah.
Which I think he's admitted.
Yeah, definitely. He says he doesn't like it.
And then if he's not having fun doing it, then good luck.
Yeah, exactly. You're there for no reason. You're collecting a paycheck at the end of the day.
It's so funny, right? Because it's such a changing in the guard of Stoner and Marquez, where you would love to see them race each other. But we had the exact same thing in 99, 2000. It was changing in the guard of Doohan and Rossi. Isn't that funny how it works?
It is.
Such sliding doors moments.
It really is. That would have been a good one to see.
Bloody oath. It's Cold Papa. Also, he's getting around us. Do you think Grassini's test livery might be the best livery seen in the modern MotoGP era? I'm going to say absolutely not. Grassini's test livery, it's when Marquez was in Valencia is what I'm getting at.
Nah, there's been better test liveries.
It just had better liveries.
Oh, just in general?
Yeah.
Oh, nah. Dude, going just off a test livery, you look at Iannoni's Target Suzuki.
Yeah, that was cool. I like Stoner's Aussie flag one. When he first jumped on the Honda, he had the kangaroo on there. Looked cool for the stars.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was
it
a cool
all
one.
black with white?
It was all white with like a red kangaroo and the Southern Cross stars.
I remember that. I have to look it up.
That was a cool one.
There's been some other, a lot better looking testing liveries.
What are you doing? It's Cold Papa. What are you doing? Shit house. At Nicky D 3604.
Nicky D.
He's sent in some good questions over these past few months.
Finally got him on.
Yeah, I like his questions. Who deserved a title more? This is a good one. Pedrosa or Dovi? That's such a good question. For me, I'll answer this first. Pedrosa. Because I think he almost would have won titles if he hadn't been taken out and broken collarbones.
It's so tough. They both basically raced at a very, very similar time. Obviously, Dovi a few years later.
They came in at a similar time, though. Dovi came in what, 07?
08 was his first year.
08. Yeah, I think I keep getting that mixed up.
On that JIR Scott Silver. That was so sick, man.
And Pedrosa was only 2 years before that, in 06.
True. So they were around for a similar period of time.
Dovi was up there more consistently, obviously. Not Dovi, Pedrosa.
Dovi was a journeyman too, man. He went to a
Both
lot
journeymen,
of teams.
Yeah.
Oh, Pedrosa only stayed with one team, though.
Yeah. Pedrosa was still counted as one of the aliens.
Yeah, he was. Oh, it's a tough one, man.
That's a good question. It's a great question.
There's so many things to take into account, like race starts as well. Dovi's second all time.
Versus the results, though.
Probably Pedrosa. It'd have to be.
Yeah.
He was definitely that part of that alien crew, and I don't know if he would have won one if he didn't get taken out, but
And again, Pedrosa's another one where he raced prime everyone.
he did. He got the raw end of the stick.
Yeah.
He
did.
And it's funny because obviously Dovi was there at that same time, but then Dovi encountered Prime Marquez.
Yeah, like 2019 Marquez.
You know-
Good luck.
Exactly.
You know,
So
2014 Marquez won the first 10. When's that going to happen again?
never. Yeah, it's a tough one, but I'm with you. Pedrosa, just though. Very tight. That's probably the best hot take.
Yeah, it's a great one, isn't it? He's had a few good ones. We've read him out a few times.
Nicky D.
Nicky D. Okay, time for redemption for It's Cold Papa. Do you think if Suzuki was still in MotoGP, they would be ahead of Aprilia or KTM, or neither? I think there would be neither. I don't think they'd be ahead of them because they're all still an inline 4 and they're doing no aero. They're doing not much aero development.
Yeah, but it wasn't really detrimental though, was it? Their top speed lacked, and that was just about it.
I reckon their last year, they were subpar. When was their last year? 2022?
They won 2 of the last 3 races.
Yeah, that's because everyone else fell asleep.
Come on, bruh.
And I love Suzuki. But I think they would be...
They wouldn't be... They would be...
They might
they'd
be
be
equal
doing-
with KTM.
They'd be just behind KTM. It wouldn't be far. It'd be just.
They wouldn't be in a Honda situation, that's for sure.
I think they'd be a lot better than Yamaha too.
Yeah, so that's where I'm tossing up because they're a similar kind of project with Yamaha. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if they're at least equal with KTM or a little bit better, maybe. Because KTM are nowhere at the moment. But I think KTM's got a better bike as the riders.
Yeah, I think they're just struggling.
Yeah,
And you got a young kid with the weight of the world on his shoulders.
correct.
Like way too much pressure and expectation.
That's all right. But that's a good question. I like that.
Great question. Good. That was very redeeming.
Yeah, I like that. Well done. At the _Rallo, Marquez and the World Ducati Week incident is the most stupid thing he has ever done in his career. And I'll add on to this, Francois _Coetzee 888. Did Marc Marquez screw the pooch when he sent Bulliger into the kitty litter?
Well, Ducati haven't commented on it. So they know something's wrong.
What do you think of that incident?
I think it's a silly incident. And for him to come out and say, oh, but on my Ducati GP23, I would have made that move. Well, hold on, idiot.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. Like, oh, I didn't realise I was on a super... How do you not realise you're on a fucking superbike? There's 2 completely different things.
That's the funniest.
Well, that's what baffles me. And I'm like, you're a goose. Like... You're a dead set goose. I get it. It's a, white line fever. And I fully understand that. A race is a race.
Yeah.
Right? But come on, man. Like, he could have seriously injured this guy who's somewhat fighting for a championship. Like, it was just a dumb move. It didn't need to happen.
Dumb move.
Like, he probably would have got him on the cutback anyway or on the race to the line. Like, stupid.
I love it.
The thing that gets me most is Ducati haven't commented, so they know something
Yeah.
is wrong. And for him to come out and go, oh, but I thought I was on my GP bike. You're an 8-time world champion. Like, get your shit together.
It's so funny that he's done that, and then Bastianini and Martin's gone 1 and 2. Like he couldn't make this stuff up.
I know. I think for him the biggest thing was, and again, I read this somewhere, the fact that it's all equal machinery and you're getting beaten by Iannone and Bullaga.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. But, you know, they also spin a trillion laps around there. And how serious do you... Obviously, he still takes it pretty serious because he punted Bullaga. That's the funniest, man. That's so funny. I love it. Yeah. I don't think it's the right thing to do, but I love it.
Yeah, of course.
At Matt Ould _, another number 1 ticket holder contender. I like this. What's your thoughts on a top 10 shootout for quali, 1 lap, like Bathurst for MotoGP or F1?
I don't mind it.
I love it for both. I think MotoGP's qualifying's already good, but it would be cool to see. I think Superbikes should bring it back.
Yeah, they should.
But 1 lap, just there's something about when they just go out and it's just them on the track and they got to just pull in a hot lap. I think that's the best way to do qualifying.
No toe, no nothing.
No toe, no nothing.
And that was a big talking point this weekend. And I have to tend to agree with Pecco. Like, if you're quick, you'll like the top 10 guys should be doing laps on their own.
Yeah.
No, he came out and said that. And look at Aleix.
Yeah.
Punch that lap in, no one around him.
I don't think there should be a toe, but if there's no rule to do it and you're just trying to get any 10th you can, I understand why they do
100%.
it.
But if someone rolls out, just keep going. Don't follow them off. Like, it's frustrating for a spectator too.
Yeah.
You know, it
That's a
ruins
good
a
point.
qualifying session.
It's a good point.
But yes, good take.
I like it. I'm all for a
top 10
top
shootout.
10 shootout.
Yeah,
I think that's the
I'm
way
with
to
you.
do it.
Good work, Matt.
And for motorsport lovers, if you watch Bathurst or you know what Bathurst is, you don't know what it is. Good touring car, V8 supercar racing in Australia. That top 10 shootout for Bathurst is probably the best qualifying session you can watch in any race, in any motorsport. At Paul Velo 73. So, what's he saying? So say what you want about Ducati, but their commitment to racing is unparalleled.
Yeah,
completely
1,000,000%.
agreed.
Yeah, totally agree.
They're fully invested. When they release bikes, it's at World Ducati weeks with all their races, MotoGP. Like it's right there. It's got all the MotoGP text around it. You can see that they develop a bike around a MotoGP bike. I don't see any other manufacturer doing that.
No, 100%. They are born and bred for racing, and they're really showing that now and proving that to the world.
Yeah.
You know, getting Pecco to launch that bike.
Yeah.
You know, very reminiscent of what Honda were doing when Marquez was winning.
Yeah.
Producing great bikes and getting him, getting their top guy to push it all.
Yeah, that's what they need to do.
You know, this World Ducati week would almost draw bigger. I reckon it'd draw bigger numbers in a Superbike event.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. It'd be interesting to see the numbers between those two.
Like, they put on an absolute show. Actually, funny enough, Curtis and I were lucky enough to meet someone that went when we were working together, and they said it's one of the best events they've ever been to, and they've been to a couple overseas races. They reckon that week is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be very cool.
So yeah, they're doing it right, and yeah, they're just ahead of the curve at the moment, aren't they?
Yep. They put in the work, so.
Ducati, if you're listening, swing us a few of those new V4s for a test ride. They look sick.
That's right. Get on sponsorship. We can call this the Ducati Panigale V4 hot take segment.
Yeah, legit.
Just to get rid of Lenovo. At Lukey Kappa, bit of an F1 one. Oscar was more F1 ready than Lando.
Oh yeah, it's a good call. I did see that come through, and I was singing about it. I think that's a great shout. That.
Do you reckon Lando's car wasn't as good when he first hopped into it though? So he had to drive around a few more problems.
It's still a pretty decent car. I don't think he had to drive through a lot of problems. But it just seems that Oscar's taken to it a little bit easier.
Mindset.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool, calm, collected dude. At Willie _ Nels, also one of our number. A lot of number one ticket holders. This is going to be a tough battle. I don't know how we're going to pick this, actually.
Disappointed if we don't get a few free beers at the island this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, that will help you out. That will definitely help them out. Happy for Simon Crafer's new job, but sad that I don't know who can replace him for special comments.
Well, what's his name again? The guy that asked?
Willie Nels.
Well, Willie, I'm proud to announce. No, it's crazy. I mean, they have been getting a young guy to do it, I think, on their socials for a few rounds while Simon was out
Okay.
doing a bit of the tech stuff.
Okay. Right.
So if you scroll through their reels, guys, I'm pretty sure there is someone else.
In the lineup.
In
It's
the
not that
lineup.
Jack Appiata guy, is it?
Maybe, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, okay.
But seems to be pretty good.
Okay, nice.
Like, fingers crossed. I think it's going to be so hard, but you're never going to get Simon. The guy is just a
he's just
book of knowledge.
Yeah, he's just a freak, and he's been there and done that, so you can relate it back to the 500cc days and all that stuff.
100%. And he's just like exactly like what Cam was talking about TT. Simon is so passionate talking about the tech, and it's the delivery of it is just genuine.
Yeah, it is. It's
So,
genuine. That's a great point.
I think it
Great
is
way
going to be
word it.
hard to replace him, but kudos to whoever does, and I hope they do a good job.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I hope so. That's Jack Giles again. They're all coming out of the woodwork.
They're good, aren't they, the boys?
I like this one. What's the best pub to drink at on Phillip Island during race weekends?
Whichever one Motorsport Republic is at.
Great answer. Great answer. You'll see two shavs from a mile away, double parked, I reckon,
Yeah.
talking your ear off. But in all seriousness, it used to be the pub on the quarter down the bottom of Cows, but it got bought by new owners, and it's shithouse now.
That's the one down the street.
Nah, on the street. On
Oh,
the corner.
Is the good one.
Nah, no
No,
good.
that's what I'm saying. The good one's down the
Yeah,
street.
the good one's down the street. Yeah. The bigger place, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Isle of Wight or something like that, maybe it's
Yes.
called. But that's the place I reckon for
place
this
to
year.
be.
That's the place to be on the Friday and Saturday night. Definitely. It one on the corner used to be awesome. We had some massive nights back in the day when me and Tom will go down and we'll meet my old man and all his friends down there. We realized there was you could go upstairs and there was like a dance floor and that. And we went upstairs, and obviously Tom was probably, I would say, I wouldn't even be exaggerating, 18 beers deep. And my dad's mate jumped on the stage, and there was like a scrawny looking Indian dude security guard on the stage, and he was dancing behind him, humping him, and like in front of the whole dance floor. It was the funniest thing ever. And this is like a 45-year-old, 50-year-old IT guy humping this guy, and he had no idea. And Tom tried to jump up on the stage. He's going to kill me for saying this. Obviously he's past his prime. He's not as athletic as he could be.
Athletic prowess has gone downhill.
I'm going to say it's gone downhill. He's got a strong right forearm, and I reckon that's about it. And smashes his... it was onto a stage, and it was real sharp edges. Smashes his right shin into it. Cut it open in the middle of the dance floor. Blood. And he's just he just walked it off, and he's like, I'll just deal with it. He said to me, I'll deal with it next week. He's like, I can't let it ruin the weekends. And I think he's got a permanent, if you talk to him next time, I think he's got a permanent indent in that arm. He's got a full injury.
What a trooper.
Oh yeah, he went his way through. That was funny. So he's literally shed blood in that joint.
That's awesome.
But the place down the bottom, I think, is a place to be.
Yeah. Some of those little bars on the main strip seem to be doing okay, though.
I think they are doing pretty
They're
good.
doing all right. They seem to be jamming.
And they
early
do-
in the night, but
Early in the night, yeah. You got to get into the pub, but and then what is there? There's the concert place down the bottom. They do all that. That's all right. It's not bad. I got some funny stories, but I'll
come see us there. James will share them with you.
yeah, maybe on a Patreon. But we've got some goodies. There's a very, very funny one that there's no chance I'm saying on here. At Kyle Holmes _07. Mark Marquez won't win another championship from Podfave in South Africa. A few South Africans getting around us as well. I like that.
That's mint.
Look, I'm not there yet, but if he doesn't win next year, and this is from a big Marquez fan.
Huge.
I'm
Got a
putting
couple of his helmets and
Yep.
a lot of his merch.
Yep.
You're a big Marquez fan.
I'm putting a line through him. But I'm not going to say it yet.
Yeah, look, I don't think he will. I truly believe that he won't. So I would have to agree with that. And I think a lot of people are in the same book. But you are 100% right. Next year's the barometer.
Yeah, definitely. At Jake Kreb, how does Liberty Media or GP attract more manufacturers? Example, Kawasaki brings Suzuki back, MV Augusta.
I think on the rule change
Yeah.
is when we'll probably see some announcements of, maybe Grassini leaving Ducati or VR46 as Tom's so invested in going to BMW.
Yeah, if anyone's, I think, coming in, it's someone like BMW. I think, unfortunately, and I hate to say it, but I really don't think someone like a Kawasaki or Suzuki's ever coming back in.
I don't think they are
don't
either.
have that race pedigree in them anymore.
No.
Yamaha and Honda still do, and obviously Ducati and the Italians do. They're leading the way. It's that new era. But I think it's the Europeans.
Yeah, it's really starting to take that turn now, and they're dominating off the racetrack with their road bikes.
Suzuki don't even really develop their road bikes. They really develop that much?
Nah, so I was talking to our good friend Ibby.
Yeah.
We were out for a ride the other night talking bikes. And if you compare it to even the new Blade, it's a black and white dash. It's still,
okay.
It's not as refined.
They
It's
still got a
a bit
Kickstarter
old.
on their bloody dirt bikes,
Exactly. Kickstart Kenny will tell you all about it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, it just seems that they're not pouring as much as what all the other guys are. Like, as you mentioned, Yamaha, Honda, even Kawasaki still pour a bit of money into their road bikes. But they're pulling out of supers now.
Yes.
It's Bimota by Kawasaki.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
you're
see it
100%
happening.
You're 100% right. As much as we would love to see all those original manufacturers back, I think you got more chance of seeing BMW come through and then MV Agusta because of that 25%. Curtis, are they still 25% owned KDM? You're all over that, aren't you?
Oh, fuck, actually, I'll have to look at that real quick. How much does KDM own of it now?
I think they're 25%.
Yeah, there's
or
something like that. Is that MV with KDM you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So I would, my first bet would be BMW
Yeah.
and then MV, which would be amazing to see them back in Premier Class.
If I could bring anyone back, obviously it would be Suzuki or Kawasaki. They're very similar manufacturers in how they think, and they even merged their dirt bikes for a year.
Yeah, there you go.
A Suzuki, you could buy a Suzuki and a Kawasaki, and it was the same thing.
KDM has about 50.1%.
Oh, 50.1.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, there you go.
There you
They'll
go.
do something about it, that's for sure.
Yep.
I like it. The last hot take, second last hot take, sorry. From Bandana Man, hot take, Morbidelli to win a race this year. 4 races at Misano, scene of his first win, maybe his best chance. So winning a race maybe at Misano.
Yeah,
which is not a bad take, actually,
I'd tend to agree. He's
from Mark Danby.
super strong there, and there's a couple of strong tracks for him coming up. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the race wins on the cards.
Yeah.
I would say a main race, but it only counts if it's a main race win.
Yeah, it does. We've gone through this. We always had an episode on this, one of our episodes, debating that.
Good take, though. That's a good call.
That's a very good one. And last one, from one of our pod faves, Stephen Brayshaw. I reckon Pedro had hickeys all over his neck, and that's why he had the neck warmer on all weekend. Summer break and Ibiza romance.
Very big chance.
Man, he's partying with the fish,
Dude, how sick is that?
and he was partying with Jorge Martin. And let's be honest, he can get up and about. I reckon Alicia Spargo gets up and about as well.
Yeah, he lets his hair down, away from the wife and kids.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a
I
good
reckon they
time.
all do. Yeah.
That's very funny when he sent that through. I responded and I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a good take.
I like
didn't
it.
notice it, to be honest.
Nah, I'm not normally looking at hickeys and other dudes, but that's all good, Stephen. No worries.
Just keep your distance
I'm normally giving them.
to other dudes.
Yeah, nah, don't worry about it, bro.
Well, you learn something new every episode, guys. And there you go. Maybe next week it might just be me.
Hey, next week, everyone kind of knows anyway, Joel Kelso.
Will be released to the public.
Yep, we'll be releasing that one to the public. So really, really fun talk, that one.
100%, man. And once again, to Joel, thank you, because he literally flew in the night before and he was like super keen to come and see us. And he's been amazing to us, even with all of our technical difficulties on the first pod.
Yep.
Ripper guy. And yeah,
It was a good
It
one.
was a really, really
It was
good
a funny.
episode.
It was a
just
funny app.
exactly like this, you know, a bit different to normal special guest pods where
Yeah.
it was basically a recap of the middle of the season.
Yeah, it was pretty chill. Talked about some stuff that maybe wasn't all too racing as well. So now it was a laugh.
It's good.
Easy, mate.
We'll see Tom back after that, will we?
Yeah, Tom
Well, it
will be back.
depends. See a few people message us, you know.
Oh, yeah. They were kind of a little bit happy he wasn't there. Poor big fella.
We miss you, Tom.
Yeah, come back soon, mate. Alrighty, bro.
Sweet, man.
Done.
Thanks, James.
See you later.
See you, dude.